In this video, we're going to talk about how media was instructed not to ask Canelo Alvarez about David Benavidez. And I'm also going to let you hear the audio on what David Benavidez's father had to say about this and what Canelo Alvarez's reaction was when he did finally get asked about David Benavidez. We're going to cover all of that in this video. But before we do that, make sure that you hit my like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subbed to the channel. So this weekend, we saw Canelo Alvarez in a dominating performance against Jermell Cahrlo. And let's not get it twisted. Jermell Cahrlo is a 154-pound fighter that had to move up 2 weight divisions. He was coming off a 16-month layoff, and he was coming off a hand surgery. So Canelo Alvarez, he did exactly what he was supposed to do, go in there and dominate Jermell Cahrlo, and he did exactly what I told people that he was going to do. Jermell Cahrlo never had a chance to win the fight the day that the fight got announced. He had too many hills to climb, and it just wasn't going to happen for Jermell Cahrlo. Now, a lot of people were giving Jermell Cahrlo a great chance to win the fight, but I continue to tell people, hey, Jermell Cahrlo cannot beat Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in all of the sport of boxing. Although a lot of people have Jermell Cahrlo up there too. I do have Jermell Cahrlo up there, but you're just not going to see one top pound-for-pound fighter move up 2 weight divisions and beat another top pound-for-pound fighter. Now, if Jermell Cahrlo had been moving up, fighting, a C-level fighter, yes, he probably would have beat him, but not against somebody like Canelo Alvarez, who's a great fighter in himself. So like I said, Canelo did everything that he was supposed to do. So you want to give him credit, but let's not give him too much credit, because at the end of the day, we all know that Canelo Alvarez should have never been in the ring with Jermell Cahrlo. He should have been in the ring with David Benavidez, somebody that's been his mandatory on 3 different occasions, and somebody that is his mandatory right now. And that's a fight that everybody is calling for. Now, some diehard Canelo Alvarez fans, they might not want to see David Benavidez and Canelo in the ring, because a lot of fans, they don't want to see their fighter lose, and they don't want to see their fighter in very tough fights, because that gives them a chance of seeing their fighter take another L. For real boxing fans that want to see the best fight the best, we all want to see Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez. Now, after Canelo did what he did against Jermell Cahrlo, everybody was waiting to hear, are you going to fight David Benavidez next? Now, in the post-fight interview, Canelo said that he is the best fighter in the world, that nobody can beat that version of Canelo Alvarez, and he ready for anybody because nobody can beat him. Now, we were still waiting in that interview for him to get asked about David Benavidez, and we didn't get that. Go on to the post-fight press conference. He was asked a lot of questions. He was never asked about David Benavidez until the very end, when he was actually leaving the arena. And then one of the media members finally asked him about David Benavidez. And like I said, I'll play y'all the audio and let y'all hear what he has to say about that. Now, we all know that David Benavidez, he has a tough fight coming up with Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. Well, a lot of people think it's going to be a tough fight. A lot of people calling it a 50-50 fight. I'm not calling it a 50-50 fight. I think that David is going to go in there, do his thing, and he's going to destroy Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. But that's just my opinion, right? They still got to get in the ring and fight. Now, recently, David Benavidez's father, he was asked about how Canelo Alvarez obviously didn't want anybody to ask him about David Benavidez after his fight. He was asked about Terrence Crawford. He didn't have no problem answering questions about Terrence Bud Crawford, who would have to move up 3 weight divisions to fight Canelo Alvarez. But like I said, he had a problem when he was asked about David Benavidez, and we know in the past he's went off on media members for asking him about David Benavidez, saying that David Benavidez hasn't done anything. He needs to fight guys like Charlo and Caleb Plant and prove himself. And we see, obviously, David is proving himself, fighting guys like Caleb Plant, destroyed Caleb Plant. Now he's coming back fighting another fighter that's been trying to get a fight with Canelo for years and years, and Demetrius Andrade. So he's doing exactly what Canelo told him to do. And Canelo still don't want to answer questions about fighting him next. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play y'all the audio right now and let y'all hear what David Benavidez's father has to say about all of this.
Of course, you know, Canelo said, yeah, this is Canelo. Canelo's back. I rate myself a 10. But once they mention David Benavidez, then everything goes away, you know. He don't want to fight David Benavidez, and you can tell by always changing the subject or the conversation, you know. Once he hears David Benavidez, now he changes everything, you know. If he felt that he's the best at 168, he should mention anybody.
So obviously, David Benavidez's father, he noticed that too, and he feels like, why are you trying to avoid being asked questions about David Benavidez? If you're saying that you're the best, and he is the mandatory, right? And he's one of the top dogs, if not the top dog, right behind you in the 168-pound division. Why don't you want to answer any questions about David Benavidez? Why do you get mad and pissed off when the media asks you about David Benavidez? Why are you instructing media not to ask you any questions about David Benavidez? Now I'm going to give you the audio and let y'all hear Canelo Alvarez's response when he was finally asked about fighting David Benavidez next.
You talk to Charlo after the fight at all?
No. Are you saying that you're going to fight it? We don't know, buddy.
Thank you, Canelo. Congratulations.
So right there, soon as he was asked about Benavidez, the media member said, Canelo, is Benavidez going to get it next? And he looks at him and he says, huh? And then he asks him again, like you heard what I said. And he looks at him, he said, we don't know, buddy, and then just walks off. He don't want to say nothing else after that. He immediately turns around and walks off. So obviously, Canelo does not want to fight David Benavidez, right? And the deal that he signed with the PBC, it looks like that the PBC is pretty much going to let Canelo fight whoever he wants to fight. We seen, you know, they pulled out the red carpet for Canelo. He had his own commercials on that pay-per-view broadcast. He was one of the promoters, one of the main promoters, you know, and they paid him $50 million. His fight purse was $50 million. So if you're getting a fight purse, right, you're getting paid $50 million. The fans should be able to demand you fight the best, not moving up guys 2 weight divisions and 3 weight divisions. We want to see you fight the best fighters in your weight division, right? And so this is the disgrace. Obviously, like I said, from his response, you can see that he still doesn't want to fight David Benavidez. Everybody is putting out news assuming that he's going to fight David Benavidez next on Cinco de Mayo. But you heard what Canelo had to say when he was asked about David Benavidez. That will be a no. You know, that response was a no to me. So anyway, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Y'all drop a comment in the comment section. Make sure that you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already a sub to the channel, and y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.